YouTube, how are you doing? And welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today that we are recording this, the 18th, 3 years ago, exactly on this day, Phasmophobia was born. It was released on Steam in 2020, and it has been a wonderful journey. So for the 3-year anniversary of this incredible game, I thought we'd do something very special. And we are gonna go back in time to look what Phasmophobia used to play like and look like on the very first version of the game. If you didn't play at the time, your mind is gonna be absolutely blown because it looks like a completely different game. Everything is different, especially with this latest update. The game has never looked so different from its first version, so I am super excited to check back in the old times, and I really hope you enjoy. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. But let's not waste any more time, and let's apply some YouTube magic and go back in time. Let's go. Oh my god, there it is. That is what old Phasmo used to look like. The lobby, the insane bloom effect that made everything look disgusting. But look at this, by the way. I have illegal photos from the future. I am from the future. I am a time traveler. That's tier 3 salt right there. That's the Sunny Meadows. That map doesn't even exist in this version of the game, because in this version we actually have old Asylum, the map that was removed from Phasmo. Also, whenever I go back to this, I have a super weird level. I guess this is when they changed the way their save file works. But yeah, this is the version of the game, which is when they did versions extremely weird. They had these really weird numbers of the first month that the game was out. Now we're gonna start. Happy 3 years of Phas. There's apparently someone else in here as well. Hey friends. And we, oh my god, I forgot this. So first of all, hello, that's me. This is how you add items. Oh, look at my items. I got so many. People complain about the current shop, which yes, it is annoying, but nothing is more annoying than when we had to click 1 by fucking 1 every single item and add them every single game. It was so fucked. Now, and on top of that, you cannot select every map you want. You get a random assortment of maps, and that you don't even get to choose the difficulty. You get a random assortment of maps with a random difficulty. And so basically, if you want a specific map, let's say that we want Tanglewood, all we have to, or all we can do is just reload the lobby over and over and over again until we get Tanglewood. So let's quickly do that with some more YouTube magic. Oh, maybe it's here. Nope, it's amateur. I wanted professional. Before we do anything, we should really quickly turn off the bloom. Look at this difference. Boom. Now it's a real game. Now you can actually see what's going on. Because unlike in the current version of the game, once you are in a lobby or inside of a match, you cannot change the graphical settings. So yeah. Anyway, let's find Tanglewood. There we go. We got Tanglewood Professional. Okay, so first of all, I want to start up on Tanglewood because it's like the map everyone thinks they know, right? Well, you don't know Tanglewood, because Tanglewood is actually one of the maps that has changed, which almost, I mean, obviously there's also a lot of maps missing. There's no prison, there's no camp, Maple Lodge campsite, there's no Camp Woodwind, there's no Sunny Meadows, and there's also no, I don't know if I already said, there's no Willow Street House, because that map got added later. We're adding every single item 1 by 1. Also, obviously, no tier 3 fancy ass items. Let's ready up and head in there. Oh baby, oh my god. Look at that truck. Oh, I'm having like a wave of nostalgia. That is insane. This is what the truck used to look like. Nothing like on the wall fancy. We have the double shelf edition. We got Jennifer Thompson. This is also where the key used to be. The key wasn't at the door, so what a lot of people would do is they would forget the key, so forgetting the key was a lot more common. Also, look at these screens. This is what the sanity chart looks to look like, which I actually kind of like this sanity chart more than the current one with the like the sanity symbol. I like that more, and the activity chart hasn't changed, and the sound sensors are still there, which, by the way, look at the sound sensors. This is the sound sensors. And they are not how you are familiar. Oh my god, there's also no sprint. You can't sprint in this game. I am going to grab this. I'm gonna grab the thermo because the thermo in this version is insanely OP. Also, by the way, look at the text on the thermo. It says thermometer. It's a misspelling that they later corrected, but it's still there. Thermometer. the typo. Oh my god, so the way this works is that you have to hold sprint at all times to go like slightly faster. I mean, the game has always looked pretty damn good, and Tanglewood might not immediately touch the door, might not immediately look too different, but you're gonna immediately notice as soon as I get over here that something is a little weird. Where the fuck's my door? Where the frick's my door at? The door is on this side. The door is on that side of the kitchen. They changed that. Also, look at the breaker. That's the old breaker. Hello, welcome back. Good to see you. And the breaker starts on by default, even on the highest difficulty, which we're playing on the highest difficulty right now, which is professional. There is no higher difficulty than that on this version of the game. For like, I don't know, 1,000 hours straight, I just played professional after professional after professional after professional. I did nothing else but play professional games over and over again. It sounded like it was coming from here. Actually, and the game looks so gritty. It looks kind of sick. You can also hide behind doors. Also, look at that. Immediately found the ghost room with the old thermo, because the old thermo used to be vastly overpowered. Because all the rooms... All right, shut the fuck up. Because the breaker starts on by default, the temperatures are all like at 15 degrees by default, which means that only the ghost room went down super fast. You could literally just walk around and point your thermal in a room and you would immediately see if it was EMF or if it was freeze, if it was the ghost room or not. Sorry. Also, look at this. This is the old sound sensor. The sound sensor was that weird fucking like square, this weird thing. You place it on a wall and it would project in front of it. So it wasn't like a circle like it is now or anything. No, it would only project in front of it, and you wouldn't have the sound be played back into the truck. No, you would just see a spike. That's all. The sound sensors are still useless, but oh boy, were they so much more useless back in the day. Now, what you might notice here is that, what the fuck is this? What is this item? What is this item? This is actually the motion sensor, which is you place it and it beeps in the truck as well, I think. This is the infrared light sensor, which is a item that doesn't exist anymore. They removed this from the game because they combined the functionality with the motion sensor, because the difference between these two, by the way, let's also grab the spirit box, the old spirit box with E incoming. I don't even know if ghosts roam on this, like in this game right now. Probably. Turn on some lights. So the way that the motion sensor works, it's freezing breath. You can now. That means it's freezing. It's not. It's old Phasmo. Look at the old book, by the way. Oh my god, it's disgusting. This is the old book where you didn't have the whole fancy fancy evidence screen where you can rule out evidence and stuff. No, you have to manually fill in the evidence, and that's all you got. So we know it's freezing temperatures, which is this right here. But let's say... Also, footstep. You can hear the footsteps. I forgot about that. So there's so many things to talk about. But first of all, Tanglewood is one of the only maps that has weather in this version of the game. All the other maps are just pristine, clear weather with no rain at all. Tanglewood was the only one with the weather. And then later they added the weather system, obviously. In this version of the game, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ghosts. There's 12 ghosts. In the current version of the game, there are 24. There are 100% more ghosts on the new version than there were when the game first came out. Also, look at this. Thomas Wilson. I don't know if they are bringing this back, but this is currently bugged on the new version of the game, and it's just a white screen. We have lost Thomas Wilson. By the way, fun fact about this is a remnant of the exorcism system that used to be in Phasmo back in the day. Back in the day, when Phasmo wasn't even released yet, there was an exorcism system where you had to find the name of the ghost, you had to find like a special item, and you had to find like a summoning circle thing, and with those, and if you also knew what ghost it was, you could get rid of a ghost for good. However, what they found out in playtesting is that because you could fight back against the ghost, it didn't feel very scary, and it didn't like it removed the horror factor from the game. So they completely took that out and left us without it, and it has made for a better game in my opinion. Also, what you'll see on this keyboard right here is that it's missing an H key. Sorry, hiccups. They have later added the H key back. There is no H on this keyboard. And additionally, so by the way, let me place this. This is what it does. It just beeps. So the motion sensor beeps. It just gives you a green light, doesn't give any light. Whereas this one shows a light. That is... So it's ridiculous that these items were different items back in the day, and now they are one item. Now, another fun thing you can do with this is you can trigger it and then put it in your inventory, and then it is actually on forever, which was my favorite thing to do with these, because you would just have a permanent light that you could drop on the ground, which was kind of sick. Anyway, let's quickly grab a photo cam, because there's something I gotta show you here. There's quite a few instances of this in the game, where you can take photos of random things. On this version, you can take photos of random things, and sometimes they'll count as like an... Oh, by the way, look at that photo cam. You missed this, boy? I miss this guy sometimes. And all the old... I haven't even shown you, like, the old salt. Look at that, with the weird-ass grip. The old candle that you couldn't even place on the ground. Literally, you just have to throw it down on the ground like that. The old smudge stick, the burrito. The white EMF, the EMF has since changed color, and the glow stick, which doesn't even work as intended, because the glow stick in this version of the game is bugged. It doesn't provide any light until you drop it on the ground. You see that change? No light, light. It doesn't provide light until you drop it on the ground. It was just bugged for like an entire year before they fixed it. Fucking stupid as hell. We have the old UV light, which I'll grab. I'll grab the photo cam, and oh my god, we're gonna have to do this. By the way, oh yeah, objective. Look at this. Detect a room below 10 Celsius with a thermometer. That was an objective back in the day, because that was like how you found the ghost room. Which is amazing. We're gonna drop the video cam in there, because the video cam on this version doesn't have a screen. So you have to drop the video cam inside of the ghost room and then go outside again and look at the truck, which, by the way, obviously it's freezing because of the freezing breath, which that's why a lot of people are confused right now, because in the current version of the game, freezing breath does not mean freezing temperatures anymore. In this version, it does every time, so we know that it's freezing temps. That's why a thermometer on this version is also not a base kit item. It's not the starter item. So what you can do is take a photo of this, and look at that. It'll count as an interaction. Now, what you might also see, where are my fucking stars at? There's no stars for the photos. It is a simple binary thing. You either get the photo or you don't get the photo. Now, this system is fucking garbage, because the way it works is that for every photo, there's a value that can be given for that photo, which is a random range, like a huge random range, anywhere between, like, I don't know, twice as much sometimes or half as much. It's just complete random. So we should check for fingies, because fingies in this version actually do not ever disappear. Once a ghost touches a door, that fingerprint is there forever. They don't disappear. That's something that was added later. As far as I remember, at least. But anyway, what I was saying is it was basically impossible to get a perfect game like we're getting, like you can get now in new Phasmo. You can get a perfect game by getting all 3-star photos. If you wanted to get a perfect payout in terms of money, you would have to get some very specific, super lucky things to happen, and then still you only had like a 10% chance or something to get it in the end. So it was extremely, extremely rare to get a perfect game, which was ridiculous. Also, I should have definitely turned off the I should have definitely turned off the light if I wanted to check for freezing. I'm gonna drop in 2 of these. Is there anything else I need? I don't really think so. I mean, I guess we can do... Oh no, the wraith works completely different on this version. The wraith still steps in the salt on this version of the game. There's also a salt objective as well. I'm gonna place this here, make sure that the ghost is still here. Ghost is definitely still here. All right, I'm gonna place 2 books. Why is the book... Oh yeah, the book has just this weird... I forgot that the book was so fucked, dude. the book was like completely black if you placed it, and you had to pick it up to check for the writing. What the fuck, man? Also, the ghost obviously can't throw your how the fuck do you do this again? Oh, you click the left mouse button to place it like that. Boom. Oh no. Like that? Yes. Okay, wait a minute. No. There. Let's check for for Orbeez real quick, and we should also test for Spirit Box. Where's my Spirit Box? There it is. Is it gonna listen to me? Where are you? Oh shit. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? How old are you? Oh, you got EMF 3. How old are you? Wait, did it? Oh my god, it wrote in the book. Look at that. It threw the book and wrote in it. That's no longer so. Another thing that's removed. In the current version, if the ghost like wants to throw a writing book, it'll first write in it. In this version, the ghost can sometimes throw the book and it doesn't even write in it. But what can also happen is that it throws it and at the same time writes in the book. So yeah, I don't think you can even take a photo of the writing, can you? Yeah, that's not a thing. There's no ghostwriting photos. That's so stupid. Okay, so we got ghostwriting, which leaves us with demon or Ure. Only 2 options, which then you have to go through this and check which of these it's gonna be. It's gonna be ghost orbs for Ure. Also, you hear those footsteps, by the way? We're gonna play on all the maps, by the way, including new or old asylum that's been removed. Don't worry. I'm just like gushing over. Oh yeah, you can just turn off and on everything on the ground. They brought that back though, right? They brought that back. They removed that for a really long time. Anyway, I want to check for Orbeez because it's probably going to be a Ure. The Ure doesn't have an ability. Like, it can't show you the ability, right? That was added later. So the Ure's ability is literally just invisible. Also, I'm still at 90% sanity. What the fuck? Okay, let's see. All right, I should have probably not put that in there. Is it gonna be fingies? They don't touch doors during hunts. Oh, no, there's orbs. You saw the tiny orb? The orbs are so fucking fast. Plus, they can go out of bounds as well. So sometimes you'll be looking for orbs for a really, really long time, or at least that was how it used to work. Now, there's also a lot of other shit, and I'm going to show you lots and lots and lots of bugs during all of this. But there's one bug in particular that I have to show you. It was also... I don't know. We need to try out some no-key things, but some no-key challenges only worked later in the game. Can you still glitch yourself up here? Oh no, wait, was that added later? I thought you could glitch yourself up there. I think you might still. Oh, you can do this though. You can get on top of the. What the fuck? You can get on top of the kitchen island, which will actually make you invincible because up here the ghost can't get you, so it will just walk towards you. I don't know if we have a board here. Wait, actually, let me quickly see if we do. There's a spawn point down here in the basement, both over there and over here, because cursed possessions aren't in this version of the game. The only cursed possession that exists is the Ouija board, which only spawns 1/3 of the time, like 30% of the time. So yeah, you're not always going to get that. Also, look at these keys. There were keys, which is another remnant of mechanics that were removed from the game. There are keys. The basement key, car key, main door key, sometimes it's side entrance key. These were things that were in the game. Before you could get into the basement, you'd have to find the basement key. However, they removed that before they fully released the game, but they never took out the keys. So yeah, they have since removed those, but that was originally an idea that was in the game. Now, another thing you can do is walk through walls. You can walk through walls using lockers, which to a certain degree you can still do in the current version as well. But yeah, anyway. Another thing, I know I'm gonna be like saying this a lot, I'm talking about the differences because that's the whole point, right? We're showing, I can't wait a year from now to look back once again and be like, holy shit, even more has changed. It's even a completely different game again. That's why I kind of wish that the devs would take like a snapshot of the game every year so we could go back and check it every year, because right now we can only go back all the way to the beginning. We can't like check out what it was on year 2, which I kind of wish we could. But anyway, we know it's a Ure, right? You see, objective 1 is discover the ghost type. If you close this door, you can actually see before the game stops if you got it correct or not, because the objective will be marked off. Look at that. It will be marked. You got the ghost correct, which is obviously not in the current version. Look at this, by the way. $100. I just played on the hardest difficulty in the game, and I get $100. If you do that on current version, you get like $5,000. So yeah, the difference between hardest and biggest payout has changed quite a bit. It's $100 which basically every game you would make $100. So you can imagine. Also, there's no stats screen or anything. No stats are being calculated here, just completely nothing. You can imagine how fucking long it took me to get this much money, also including every time you die, you lose like 2,000. So yeah, I think by the end, I don't remember how much money I exactly had before we changed lobby or before we changed difficulty, but yeah, there was a lot. I have played a lot on this version. Now let's have it into another map. Ridgeview, perfect. I wanted to show Ridgeview anyway, because Ridgeview is another one of those maps that has vastly changed. Now, I'm probably just gonna play on every map, or at least most of them. I would definitely want to play. We'll do Ridgeview now, and then we'll do Bleasdale after, because Bleasdale, in my opinion, is the most nostalgic map out of all of them. Just because when I started playing Phasmo, I was like a small streamer. I had like 20 viewers, and I was already doing YouTube for a long time at that time as well. I was doing YouTube for as long as I did streaming. And the first viral videos that I've ever had that weren't welcome to the game were me playing on Bleasdale for like 10 hours or like an hour straight and figuring out that it was a demon after I died and shit like that. There were some insane games I've had on Bleasdale. That was such a hard map. We got Ruth Jones. We have motion sensor, thermo, and ghost event, which ghost event is completely bugged, by the way, in this game. A ghost event will actually give you sanity instead of taking it away, which is fucking ridiculous, but welcome to old Phasmo where nothing makes sense. Anyway, you're gonna see a completely different map here. This is not the Ridgeview you know if you've played on the current version, because they on one day decided to completely change all these small maps and make them look entirely different. This is what Ridgeview used to look like. You had a living room over here and you had the dining over here, which this is now the living room on the new version. This is now the dining room, and this is the kitchen room. I gotta say, to be honest, the living room is better on this layout. I think the kitchen setup, I kind of like the open space concept as well, but especially the living room has such a warm light. Like, look at this light. You just want to like hang out here. It's just such a warm room, especially in the night, like, which is the only time we can see, obviously, because for some reason ghost hunting has to happen after dark, because otherwise the ghosts don't want to come out and play. It's so nice, by the way, that the that the breaker starts on by default, so you don't have to go look for it. What you might also see is that all the doors start closed. That was a thing, and you can still do that if you're using the custom difficulty. I also need to find the bone. Oh, hi there. Hello? You touched one of these doors? What door did you touch? I heard a door touch. Was that? Oh, is that upstairs, maybe? Because they changed the muffled sounds. Oh yeah, wait a minute. You could hear stuff through different floors extremely easily. Since then, they've added this like muffled sound effect when you're on a different floor. Why are none of these doors open? The hallway is incredibly bugged on this map, yeah. I'm just walking. Where the hell is this ghost? But a lot of these rooms still look similar, right? The lighting is kind of spectacular. I'm like, what the hell? It looks so much brighter than it looks like. They've really made Phasmo look so much darker. Also, that's another thing. Oh, I can't change my settings. But look at this. You can actually see in the fucking dark instead of it being pitch black. You can crouch down on the ground and you can completely see where you're going at all times, instead of on the current version where it's just complete darkness and you can't see fucking shit. Is there an Ouija board? We should check for that. It can spawn in here as well. There's the... What key is that? Oops. It's the garage key, which we don't need because the garage isn't locked. Okay, anyway, where the fuck is this ghost? Hello? I am not... This... I would look at this. This is so funny to me. Like, there was a time where I was like a complete master of these mechanics. Wait, was it here? Oh, it is here! Wait, what the fuck? There it is. It just takes a really long time for the temperature to go down, I guess. Oh, this is... Oh, yeah, of course! Because there was this trick you could use. I don't know if you can still do that. We'd have to do some science for it. There was this trick you could use on how to figure out if a ghost was going to be freezing temperatures or not. Was, like, basically, if the temperature goes below 10 really quickly, you can basically instantly say, okay, this is a freezing temperature ghost. Whereas most ghosts will kind of stay around that 10, 12 degree mark. If you see anything below 13 degrees, that is instantly the ghost room on this version as well. Anyway, we're gonna grab... I really want to get spirit box. Please give me spirit box. We're gonna grab a UV light. We're gonna grab a writing book, I guess. I don't want to grab... I guess we should start with this, even though this room freaking sucks for this. That is one of those, like, massive changes that have completely changed the way you collect evidence, that you can now just check for orbs with the camera in hand. There was way more... Oh, just blinking the lights. It was way more annoying because, like, let's say there's a room like this where there's multiple places you have to look through, like multiple rooms. You have to place it, then go to the truck, come back, place it somewhere else, go to the truck, come back, and move it around like constantly. It was just so fucking annoying. Where are you? Are you here? You can also... Did I not turn it on? I did turn it on. You have to also make sure that you turn it on, by the way. Wait, it's an E! You have to also... Like, if the green light isn't on, it doesn't even work, which is so stupid. How old are you? How old are you? Let's go, dude! E. Now, obviously, most people will be like, oh, it just says old, but for some reason, back in the day, it just sounded more like E, and it still kind of sounds like E. The reason we used to think that is because, as you can see, it doesn't have like a text. What the hell? There's a light. It doesn't show you what it says. That was changed later, where it said that, where it like shows you. Oh, look at that! We got figgies. Where it would show you exactly what the text was. Die? Excuse me. Look at that. We have fingerprints. We have spirit box. We have fingerprints, which is a spirit or a wraith or a poltergeist, which is gonna be ghost orbs. Ghost event. The old ghost events where it was just fucking this, just the loudest heartbeat of all fucking time. And if you... So, the way they work, which I think I kind of miss the old ghost events. The way the ghost events work is that if you don't look at the ghost, it doesn't make a heartbeat noise. So sometimes there will be a ghost like right behind you. You turn around and suddenly like, boom, 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 boom. And you just like get super jump scared. It was genuinely terrifying. All right, anyway, singing ghost events was not a thing, by the way, for Banshee back in the day, so don't get it twisted. It is not, in fact, a Banshee. The Banshee, by the way, is a completely different ghost because it is actually the demon. The demon and the Banshee have swapped positions. The Banshee used to be the one that could early hunt, and that was, like, weaker to crucifixes as well, right? And the demon only had one ability. It could hunt slightly earlier, I think. And it had this thing where if you used the Ouija board, it would drain your sanity less than the normal ghosts, which was kind of silly. Okay, anyway. Ghost writing will be spirit. So let's bring in ghost writing. Oh, I left on the light. This is so fucking annoying. Now I'm like, ah, shit. I left on the lights. I can't check for orbs. Fuck the old video cam, man. Definitely don't want to go back to that. Is EMF 5? EMF 5 is not a thing, right? No, we don't have to worry about EMF 5. So let's not worry about it then. We're gonna take the writing book. We can take a crucifix, but I don't really care because we already have everything else, right? We just need to check for orbs. Wait, what was it again? Spirit box? No, spirit box we already have. Ghost orbs, ghost writing, and freezing temperatures. So let's take the salt as well. So we can do a wraith check. The old wraith check, which is very different from the way it works now. The old wraith check was the ghost would step in the salt, and then it would start stomping around, and it wouldn't show you the UV footsteps. That is how... Oh my god, look at how ugly this is. That is how you could tell. Well, it stepped in the salt, but it doesn't always... Step is the problem. Oh, it touched it. Oh, look at that. Look at the old fingerprints. I forgot about these. These were so much better. I love this one. The freaking, like... fucking detached ass pinky, dude. Like, I don't know how the hell that your hand even goes like that. Like, what the fuck? How do you do that, man? That's not healthy. Hello? Can you give me salt, please? Or footsteps? It didn't footstep, which I guess could be potential wraith. So that is another thing. There is no such thing as a salt photo in this game. That didn't exist. Also, another one, unless I remember this wrong, the thingy photo. Oh no, the thingy photo does work. Which, by the way, you don't have to shine your flashlight on it to get the thingy photo. I mean, that's relatively new, right? So a lot of people remember this, probably. You can literally just take the fingerprint photo without even, like, doing anything. You just take a photo and it just counts. That's it. Which, by the way, this was technically a chance where I could have gotten a perfect game by just taking all fingerprints photos. All right, it's not stepping, so we can't really test for wraith here. It also hasn't written in the book yet. I'm going to place that there, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be freezing. That's for sure, dude. Look at this. That's so interesting that if it goes below 10, is it already freezing in this version? I'm not sure. Hacking Rat, thank you for the 5. It's definitely not a wraith because there's no freezing. So it's going to be... it's probably going to be orbs again, right? Let's just turn off this. Can you shut the fuck up? Look at that. It's bugged now. You could bug the sound of the spirit box. You could still use it, but it wouldn't make this annoying ass noise. Which was way better. Another thing that's incredibly annoying here is that if you have your flashlight turned on and then you rotate over to your flashlight and you rotate away, it turns off. It is fucking insanely annoying. Every time you would rotate your items, you would have to turn on your flashlight again. It drove me absolutely mad for, like, I don't know, months, like for months. And then one day I decided I had fucking enough, so I like DM'd DK and I was like, can we please fucking fix this shit? It's driving me insane. And DK was like, oh yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing, and he fixed it within a day. It was the first time I was like, okay, wait a minute. Sometimes I do know more than the devs about this game. I should let them know when something is fucked up sometimes, because apparently they just didn't know. Same with the fucking entire experience system. The experience system was completely fucking bugged for the entire first year until I looked into it, made a video about it, told DK, do you realize that this is how the system works? Is it supposed to work like this? Oh no, it's not supposed to be like this. Thank you for letting me know. And it was changed within a week. For the entire fucking first year of Phasmo, the way the experience worked is that you didn't get any experience at all for the third and the fourth objective. The first objective would give you a flat experience. The second objective would give you all the experience for the second, the third, and the fourth objective. So all you had to do is do the second objective and you would get experience for all of them. If you didn't do the second objective, you wouldn't get any experience at all. It was so fucking stupid. But apparently it was just completely unknown. The devs had no idea that was how it worked, so they fixed it like as soon as we told them. That's so funny. Okay, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be orbs, or it's like weird orbs, which that means it's gonna be writing. Oh, wait a minute, we can do the writing trick. Also, I'm gonna grab the motion sensor so I can get some experience. And then what else do we do? It's kind of... Can we do a no evidence test? Wait a minute. Poltergeist throw? Wait a minute. Spirit, we can... Spirits had always had the smudge stick thing, right? Wait a minute, we can do the smudge stick trick. I don't have enough inventory, though, to take it all, but I'll just take this instead. Yeah, you can prop up the book. That's what we used to do. You could set up the book so you can see it from the truck. Nortron OS, thank you for the 2. By the way, the crucifix still has 2 uses on this version, but it doesn't show you that it has been used. So you would literally just like randomly have the crucifix disappear out of existence, and then you would know, okay, it was used twice. You had no idea that it was used the first time because that was just not a thing. Also, what the fuck? I placed it in the wall. That's not supposed to be like that. It's in the wall. Anyway, is it so cold here? It is still cold here. I guess this is still... Look how fucked the game was. Like, it's incredible I played this version of the game. It's insane. I am insane. I am actually a fucking content machine. The fact that I made 700 plus videos on this boring ass garbage version of the game. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. That was pretty sick. Oh my god, hello. See, that was the times you were waiting for. It would... Like, nothing would fucking happen, dude. The ghosts don't do anything on this version. They're not throwing anything. They are barely doing any ghost events. They have so vastly improved the, like, abilities and the activity of the ghost. It's unbelievable. Is that a ghost event? Oh, no, that bug. I hate that bug. Oh man, I'm not missing this. I mean, I am, like, to a certain degree for some nostalgic reasons, but holy shit, is this version garbage. That's another bug right there, which was another one of those things. It's insane how many of... I'm not trying to take credit of, like, all, like, so obviously the devs have done a ton of stuff that no one has told them about, and they've just changed by themselves, but there's quite a few instances where something drove me so insane that I decided to, like, enough is enough, and I, like, yelled at DK for long enough until he fixed it. This is another one. How do I explain this? It was so hard to explain. That is why it took so long for it to be fixed. Basically, if you turn on a light, it turns on the light. If you turn on too many lights, the breaker explodes, right? Simple as that. There's a problem with this mechanic in this version of the game. If you turn on a light and then the ghost does a ghost event, it doesn't technically count as if it turned off the light. Even though the ghost turned off the light, it didn't subtract 1 from the lights counter. So if you turn back on the light, it actually counts as if there's 2 lights turned on. So if the ghost does a bunch of ghost events back to back, it would turn off lights, and you would keep turning on more lights according to the game, even though there's still only 1 light on. So after you turn on the same light like 6 times, it would just explode the breaker out of nowhere, and then you had to go all the way over here to turn back on the breaker and fix it. Same thing with hunts. If a hunt happens, it turns off all the lights. However, it doesn't subtract those lights from the light counter. So if you then start turning on lights after the hunt is over, it almost always would explode the breaker, which was absolutely fucking infuriating. And it drove me mad. Oh, well. Yeah, the counter only... I mean, the counter goes down if you yourself turn off a light, but not if the ghost does that. Also, by the way, we're just gonna loop ghost on this version because there is no such thing as speeding up of the ghost. Which, by the way, what the fuck is going on here? Is it gonna be freezing eventually? Is this like a thing? Is it just the slowest freezing of all time? We didn't get footsteps. We only have 2 piles of salt, so we... Because that's the thing. That's how you can rule out wraith, is that they don't do... Yeah, they do footsteps, but they don't leave UV, I think. Oh, pushing doors again. By the way, this is another thing. In the current version, you can take multiple photos of fingerprints if they reapply a different fingerprints. Not on this one. You can only take a fingerprints photo once. And in order to have a chance at getting a perfect game, you need to get 7 fingerprints photos. Oh, it stepped. So... Also, this is not a spirit, by the way. We can rule that out based on the footsteps, right? Wait, let's listen for a sec. The spirit has a hidden mechanic where it does footsteps far faster than any other ghost, which I haven't heard many footsteps, so I guess we can rule out spirit here, which is very interesting. So it's gonna be a wraith, probably gonna be orbs, right? Poltergeist. Poltergeist don't do any. How is this a poltergeist? It hasn't done shit, dude. It hasn't done anything. Is it gonna be orbs? Do I have to place more? So the orbs can be out of bounds, especially in a big room like this. It hasn't thrown anything. Dude, old Phasmo fucking suck. Oh, okay, never mind. It's amazing. Did I just hear writing? No. It just threw the book, though, and it didn't write. Death. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm gonna get that. Did it say F? It's gonna sound like it said F. Yeah, you're right. F. Why did that not become a thing? Why did we not? Why is E the meme and not F? Okay, let's see. Can we see orbs this time? We did all objectives. Let's go. The ghosts do not roam, man. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Sometimes you have to look for so long. The orbs also don't move around the room, right? So they're in the same spot always. I want to loop this ghost. Okay, we're at 50% sanity. Let's just get it to hunt so we can loop it. Also, look how long this burns, by the way. Oh, you have to press a different button. Look how long these last. So much better than our tier 3 that we have right now. It's crazy. You could actually apply this twice during one hunt because it lasted so fucking long. There you go. That's how long they take. Anyway, let's head in there with our smudgies and get a hunt to happen and do some shenanigans. Where's my... It's water time. Oh, it's hunting! Let's go! Here we go. So this is our first hunt on the old update. Ah! What the fuck? It's a wraith! Oh my god, that's incredible! Wait, what? Wait, that's... So this is a showcase of how... by the way, the ghost is not detecting my equipment. This is so fucked up. Why is it a crawly ghost? Because the ghosts do not listen for your voice or check your equipment on this version. They only just, like, use line of sight. If you break line of sight, they are like Skyrim NPCs. Must have been the wind. They have no idea where you went. And they're just gonna lose you completely. And you might also realize, how the fuck is he just looping this ghost so long? That's because the ghosts do not speed up. They don't get any faster. They don't do any of that. And you also saw all of the blinking of the lights, because that's how the hunts used to work. Anywhere on the map, which this genuinely was, like, I think the new system is better gameplay-wise, but just the feeling of, like, having the lights start blinking somewhere. You see, by the way, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. You see how the light switch is still up, but I have to still turn it on as well? That is why it's broken, because every time you turn on a light switch... So now... Did it just use my crucifix? Oh, it just turned off the breaker. That also is a thing. I'm assuming that was a wraith ability, right? Like it just teleported to my location. Which means what? Spirit? Wait, which means it's gonna be... Not ghost orbs. Ghost writing? How, it can't be ghost... Oh, wait, it's freezing temperatures. Yeah, I think it's gonna be freezing temperatures. I think so. Because how else could it possibly have done that? Because, that was another thing I was gonna say. This Phasmo has always been this incredible. Phasmo has always had hidden abilities of ghosts, which has just been, like, super, super fun to figure out since the very beginning. And the wraith teleport has been in the game forever. It should be a wraith, right? It was a wraith! Look, the wraith teleport helped us figure out a ghost. This is where I would make a video out of this. I figured out the ghost using a hidden ability because, like, I was freaking grasping at straws, dude. There was nothing to fucking do back in the day. You had to just, like, pray to fuck that you would have a ghost do anything at all, and then you could hopefully get a video out of it because, like, the gameplay was, like, literally the same thing over and over and over again. Unlike now. It looks like you're on your own. It looks like you're on your own. That is another thing that is like it blows my mind thinking about it. They put voice lines in the game for having 0 lobbies. DK made this game expecting, or at least knowing, that there was a pretty good possibility that there would be times when there would be no one playing it, which we can't even think about that. There's like thousands of people playing Phasmo at any given time on any given day, but that was not how what they expected going into this. They literally put voice lines in the game that tell you like, I'm sorry, there's no one here, go play by yourself, which is just kind of insane to think about, that there is another like alternative universe where Phasmo is dead and no one, and there's one person level 3000 playing Phasmo all by themselves. Like, it's kind of chilling almost to think about. All right, anyway, I want to go to Bleasdale now, my nostalgia map. Here we go, Bleasdale Professional, a 2-story, 3-bedroom farmhouse with an attic. Got an email from a friend. He says there's definitely some kind of paranormal activity here. You'll be sent in to gather as much evidence as possible so a ghost removal team can deal with it afterwards. More info when you arrive. Dude, I love those little tidbits that of information that you would get. That's also a thing that has never changed, actually. The voice lines of the truck guy, you might have heard them, obviously, if you've ever played Phasmo, where it says like, we have no information, you're going in blind, or we have reports of violence and it looks like they left in a hurry, etc., etc. That shit has never meant anything. It is complete bogus. It is just purely flavor text added to the game. Let's see, what are you gonna say?
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. I've also written some notes.
It's Ruth Jones again?
If you need them.
Also, the game still froze, even back in this stuff.
Looks like this is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
That means fucking nothing. For the longest time, we used to think that it actually changed the way the ghost functioned. But for the first anniversary of Phasmo, I played with DK, which is actually still the only time I've ever played with DK. Really want to play with DK again at some point. Also, look at that. Every time you leave the truck, it says the key is on the desk for you, even if you've already picked it up. Another one of those changed where we were like, hey, DK, can you change this so that if you already have the key, it doesn't tell you that, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. And then they removed it. Let's see. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah, the light switch is behind the door. Of course, I remember that. No hiding spots here. Furniture hiding is not a thing, by the way. Furniture hiding does not exist. You can hide behind doors. Doors block line of sight. But if you just sit like behind this, it can actually see through any furniture in a room. They have only added that when Willow Street House got added. Look at our best friend. Look who it is. It is the voodoo doll, baby. He's so good. Whee! It's so fucked, man. I miss these guys. It's ridiculous. There were so many theories about this shit. Like... There were theories that they like walk towards the ghost. Wait, what? The ghost just did a footstep over here. Wait, huh? Is it a wraith or phantom? You can already see though. Like I was joking last game how the fuck did I make videos on this game? It's so fucking boring. But the amount, I really missed that they took out that footstep. That footstep sound was so fun and like gave so much personality to the ghost, and it would lead to so many creepy times where you were just like walking around and then suddenly behind you you hear like boom, like a footstep, and you're like, what the fuck behind me? So it is kind of a shame that they removed that from the game, and now you have to use the parabolic microphone to hear those sounds. That's one of the few changes in the game, together with, I guess, Ridgeview, changing Ridgeview's layout, that I disagree with, that I wish we could return. Also, you can't turn on the fan. That we could return to how it used to be. This, by the way, I can't take the photo now. You can take a photo of this knife right here, and it counts as an interaction. which it's not supposed to do that. Did you know, fun fact, you can also, like, this is also super glitchy. It's, there, it walked again. What the it's floating. What? I stabbed myself! What the fuck is happening? I'm like, it's colliding with my hitbox. Look at that blood. Well, never mind. It's just colliding with my hitbox. Anyway, this was actually an accident. You can take a photo of a voodoo doll in this version, also in the new version, obviously, and it counts as an interaction photo. That was actually never intended to be that way. It was purely a bug, but because people liked it so much, the dev kept it in, which is actually very rare. Not to flame DK and the devs, because obviously they made an incredible game, but the Phasmo devs are peculiar in the way they decide to do changes. Most of the time, the way they change things is just purely based on their own vision. Yes, they listen to the community, obviously, but they have a very, like, focused vision, and even if a loud or minor or small minority of people says, like, could we do something or could this stay in the game, if DK doesn't want it, he's gonna change it, which you can respect. So it is actually fairly rare for something like this to happen, like that's people liked it so much. If, like, right now, if something like this would show up and you could suddenly take a photo of something but it wasn't intended, they would just take it out. It doesn't care right now how many people like something. If it isn't intended to work that way from the very beginning, they'll just take it out. Which, as I said, you can respect. They just have like a vision. But so that's kind of an outlier that they didn't do it for this situation, where they actually were like, all right, people enjoy it, let's just keep it as a mechanic. Because you see it with like the mares. The mare, it was a bug that it couldn't touch the TV remote and the what is the other one? TV remote and the computer screens. And they removed it, even though people loved it and it was super interesting little mechanic. They were like, no, it's a bug, we're gonna take it out. It doesn't matter to us how much you enjoy this mechanic, it's not supposed to be there, so go fuck yourself. Which that's respectable. All right, it must be around this area, and there's so many changes like that, and we're gonna see a lot of those changes. For example, this one is going to be big. It's not as much of a bug as it's just going to be an overall change. Crouched sprinting. It's going to be gone soon. They are getting rid of crouch sprinting when they are going to add the new character models, because according to the devs, it makes no sense that you can sprint while crouching. Oh. Hi. That's amazing. Wait, let's try this. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Ema 4, where are you? Are you here? Are you close? The old singing. Are you friendly? Where the fuck is this ghost? It's actually not as easy to find the ghost using the thermo as I remember it being. I mean, maybe I'm just bad at it. But I remember it's touched. Is it the office? Or turned off this light just now? Oh, it touched the door, it touched the door. Which door? This door? No, this one. Yeah, it obviously... Oh, yeah, it's this door. Okay. Is it in this room? I mean, that would make sense. This room or the entrance would make sense, because that's where we had the first footsteps happen. All right, so anyway, it's gonna be around this area. Place this in this. I'll place this in this room and then look for fingies. It's so nice that the fingerprints don't disappear. Wolfenbach, thank you for the 6. Other things that are gonna disappear right now. I personally like the tier 1 thermo more than the tier 3, but that's actually because it's bugged. It's not supposed to. Oh, it's EMF 5. Look at that. Right? I assume. Lol. That's because the tier 1 thermo doesn't have a random temperature fluctuation, but they're gonna add that back in because it's actually a bug that it shows you the exact temperature. It's supposed to give you a random temperature around the range, and they're probably gonna change that really soon. So stuff like that, you can see, now you guys feel the feeling that I've felt hundreds of times throughout the development of Phasmophobia, that something was bugged, I had a great time with the bug, and then they fucking take it out anyway. I'm not trying to ruin anything, I'm just trying to give you a perspective of like what it was like to like follow the development for so long, and the like sometimes the frustration that came with that, which overall obviously it's been a completely positive experience, but there's always going to be some times where two creative minds disagree with bugs features. Damn, I'm gonna miss. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I love the fingerprints, man. I actually kind of miss the old fingerprints. They're so clean. Look at that. Fucking sick. Okay, so we have fingerprints as well. Banshee, revenant. It could be a banshee. Wait, banshee could hunt early though, although it's pretty rare for it to do that. Where's this? Where the frick is the banshee? Doesn't have a, wait, does the banshee have a teleport ability in this version? I don't remember. I don't think so. So it can't be. Wait, it's gonna be a revenant. Oh my god. It's going to be a revenant. Yeah, I don't think they can teleport. But why is it like roaming to my location? That's real weird behavior. Because I can't see it anywhere here. We really need to find that board. That is another thing that was so fucking annoying. You wouldn't get any, like, hunts took so fucking long. The game was so easy. Like, it's so insanely easy to play Phasmo on this version, or at least to stay alive. Now, sometimes you can have a ghost that is really hard to collect evidence for, but dying in this version is so hard because you can outspeed every ghost. You have so much sanity. Sanity drain is like way too low. And there's also other bugs that give you sanity for some reason. All right, where the hell are you? Hello, ghost? I'm not hearing any footsteps. It's kind of cool. It's just very weird, though. It's not here. Finding a ghost is so much hard. Is it gonna be an attic ghost? No fucking way. Attic ghost? I would lose my mind. Attic ghosts were my favorite. So, like, this is why I think that's, like, it has vastly changed how the game works. Obviously, now my... Oh, it's hunting. What? Where? Ah! Ah! It is an attic ghost! Is it a revenant? It's a revenant. It's a revenant. It's a revenant. Attic fucking revenant? Are you serious? Attic revenant on Bleasdale? My fucking guy? That's some insane bullshit. This, if I wouldn't have died here, would have been like one of my most watched videos of all time. Because like adding ghosts on, this is why I love Bleasdale, because Bleasdale consistently gave you extremely hard ghosts. And it's kind of interesting how the feeling of Phasmo has shifted. Phasmo, I want to go to not Ridgeview again, just any other map. Give me 1 sec. There we go, Edgefield. All right, we'll go to Edgefield, a 2-story, 6-bedroom house with a basement. 6-bedroom house, by the way, with a basement. The owner called this morning. From what she said, it sounds like a dangerous ghost is haunting the area. Make sure you take a careful look around and gather as much evidence as you can for the ghost removal team. More info when you arrive. Which, by the way, yeah, look at this. It's random what it says here. I never read this ever. A 2-story, 3-bedroom farmhouse. This was the one we played on last round. The owner called this morning. From what she said, it sounds like a dangerous ghost haunting the area. Yeah, so this is the same one as that. They gave like a small description of the house and then a random like reason why you should visit. That's no longer in the game. Now it's just a small description. But anyway, as I was saying, oh, I lost my items. Lol. The feeling of Phasmo has shifted completely. And I can see that some people liked old Phasmo better for those reasons. What has changed, in my opinion, a lot is the focus of the gameplay. The focus of gameplay on this version was completely on investigation. Finding ghosts was so much harder sometimes, not always, because there was way less activity, so finding a ghost quickly was hard. The ghosts, like, don't do much, as I said, so you can't just, like, walk around, hear a ghost. And they do these, like, really weird things like that game, where they, like, roam all over the place, so it becomes really hard to find where exactly the ghost room is. Sometimes the freezing doesn't show up. Like, right there, we checked up in the attic. There was no freezing. My game is crashing. Please don't crash. I want to play. Thank you very much. Whereas now, in new Phasmo, it is so much more action-packed. Like, it's still, like, at its core... Oh my god, I forgot the key. Still, at its core, this is the classic walk of shame. A horror game, but it's way more fast-paced. You find the ghost room. It's also because we're better, right? Like, I'm visiting this version as a complete noob. If I were to play on this version, like when I was good at it, I could find ghost rooms way quicker, which I guess to a certain degree, maybe people have that feeling right now for Phasmo in its state that it's in at the moment. People might have trouble, also look, oh, they changed this back. But yeah, it's way easier to find the ghost room now. The sanity drains way quicker, so it's way more fast-paced. There's way more ghosts, so there's way more crazy stuff that can happen. A lot of the ghosts, like, there's so many more dangerous ghosts. The ghost that ghost we had last game was the only ghost that could consistently kill you as a player that knows what they were doing. Because it is the only ghost that's faster than you. And all the other ghosts were slower, and they couldn't, like, catch up to you if you just kept walking. So there was just a completely different focus. Like, it was way less survival, way less like identifying crazy abilities, and more just, can you find the ghost, can you find its evidence? And like, that was basically the core of the gameplay, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, let's take a more like a more structural approach here and just go in every room and see if we can find something cool. Ah, here it is. There it is. It just touched this door as well. Okay, so we have a bit, unless the the temperature is not cold by there. It's also thrown this. Okay, so we found a basement ghost, which, by the way, there's no light switch in this area. This is just dark. There's nothing you can do about this. They added that light switch later. You can only light up this part of the basement. So yeah, we have a basement ghost, which is also a scary ghost. I said this a moment ago, but another thing that made the game so much easier is no blocked hiding spots. Every single hiding spot was available. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? I don't even know if this is gonna work because I have that light switch on. Anyway, let's grab I want to check for fingies. It's so nice that the fingerprints don't disappear, so you don't have to worry about being quick and stuff. We want E. They're gonna show EMF on the chart. Wait a minute, that actually might be EMF. Yup, there you go. I mean, it still is super easy to see EMF. But it was even easier on this version. If you just saw a 4 spike that wasn't a ghost event, you instantly knew, oh boom, it's EMF. So easy peasy, we got that. We've already on the thermo thing. We need to capture a photo of the ghost. That was dirty water. Dirty water objective. Oh no. All right, grab this, and I guess I want to see the EMF 5, even though we already know EMF 5. I still want to see it happen. But if you can find the ghost room fast, which obviously at the time we were good at finding the ghost room fast, the games were just like so identical most of the time, which is so different now. Like right now, because with the cursed possessions was like one of the most important updates for this game ever. Because it added so much agency for the player to the experience, rather than you just being like, what? You're just being like sitting in a room and hoping the ghost would do anything at all. Now you can actually make it do something. EMF 5, there you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Take a screenshot. Oh, was I on time? I don't know if I was. Okay, EMF 5 is true, obviously. It's also very cold. But if it goes below 3, it's freezing. Wait a minute. Turn it off. You guys find that annoying? Gonna be this? I should... It updates so fast. Look at this. Look at what we given up, man. Look at how much... Can I get this one? Why? This is better than the fucking tier 3 thermo that we have right now. It updates every fucking second, dude. It's so much better than anything we have. It's disgusting. Like, that's so funny to me that the thermo has only gotten worse, which is understandable because the thermo was one of the best items in the game. So obviously they had to like nerf it, which they don't necessarily have to do that, right? Because it's not a competitive game. But I like that the devs care about variety. And that's something that like you can see that very well with the paramic. They have tried time and time and time again to change the paramic to make it better. Now, they haven't succeeded. Sorry, devs. The paramic sucks balls in the current version of the game. But they have tried to make it better. Like, several updates they have made it. Like, look at this fucking thing. Look at how much of the screen is taken up by this garbage item that doesn't tell you anything. Then so they made it see-through. They made it, first they made it smaller. They made it have better ranges. Then they made it see-through. They made it have even better ranges. Then they accidentally introduced a bug that made it OP for like half a year or even a year. Then they removed that bug, which is why the thermo is, or the parabolic microphone is now once again complete garbage. But, and especially because they added the like muffle effect where your audio is muffled if you're not, like if you're using it, which is just really, really bad for gameplay. So yeah, it's back to being very bad. But like they attempted to at least add. I think the thing with the paramic is that it's not necessarily supposed to be an item you use to find the ghost room. It's just supposed to be a fun item, and I think that in that regard they have succeeded, like with flying colors, making the paramic more fun to use over time, because there's now screams which weren't here. There's whispers. There is footsteps, obviously, that you can pick up with the paramic that you can previously could just pick up by just listening without the paramic. It's also not fingerprints, so what ghost is it not going to be? Not a banshee, not a revenant. What was that? Because there's no fingies. What was the bug? The bug just allowed you to find the ghost room. It would basically, if you pointed the paramic at the ghost room, it would show you like, hey, this is the ghost room, which was very, very, very strong. But now it's no longer the case. Can you give us a sign, ghost? Let's use the spirit box. Where are you? Oh, whoops. Where are you?
Kill.
Okay. Where are you, kill? We got...
Next.
We got spirit box, so it's gonna be a Jinn or an Oni. Interesting. That would be... It can't be fingerprints. Ghost orbs would be Jinn, and ghost writing would be Oni. Okay. Shut up. I'm gonna check. Jinn is also a slightly scary ghost in this version because it's also a little bit faster. Those were the only two ghosts, right, that had speed abilities, the Jinn and the Revenant. So you can see that from the beginning, they kind of wanted the game to be not really too, like, deadly. It could be on the other side as well. I might have to check. You can see the ghost writing book easily this way. Might have to place another one. Sure, we'll come in there with another one. Look at those big EMF 5s right there. I think after this, we might be ready for the asylum. It's gonna be the longest game of all time. We'll bring in this. And I guess another one. Oh no, I can't. Wait, why can't? Oh, because I have the photo cam. Fuck. Yeah, gyms you can still loop. Like, that was the biggest change they've ever done in terms of, like, difficulty. The custom difficulty doesn't even come close. The biggest update they've ever done in difficulty is making the ghost speed up over time. Like, I made... Shut up. I would basically never die. Until they did that change, suddenly I kept dying over and over and over again, like... hey, can you be quiet? Shh. Because it just completely made, like, the looping strategy obsolete, because people would loop. Like, looping was the way of staying alive. There was, like, most people wouldn't hide. So that shift in gameplay, and it doesn't even have to do with that, like, the fact that they go speed up plus the blocking of hiding spots, those two combinations make Phasmo so much more deadly now. It's gotta be orbs, right? Door hiding was also an important thing that they got rid of. You could hide behind doors like this. You can still do that like, while we're playing, we can do this. You can hide behind a door, which was extremely OP, and then they removed it because they were like, this is fucking broken as hell. Once again, a showcase of the devs caring about the balance of a game. They care, not necessarily like the balance, because obviously the Moroi existing and the Yurei existing shows that they don't care like to like an extreme degree about balance, because there's obviously no balance in the ghost, but that's not that important. They care about variety, and that is a good example of variety. One ghost, Moroi, is like an absolute killing machine. The Shade or Yurei is like the most boring garbage of all time. Yeah, obviously there's orbs. But that's variety. It leads to variety and fun situations. And when a strategy becomes the dominant strategy and it becomes unfun, that's when they fix it. So something like door hiding was super OP. Something like the thermo being like the only way people would look for the ghost room, and it was like super OP. Also, I need to find the bone again, because the bone on this version looks like a tiny little chicken bone. Yeah, they've, like, I know during this video, I hope we get an asylum. During this video, I've said a lot of things that, because that's the thing, like, if I play, like, I'm playing on this version right now. If I were to compare this version to the new version, I'd be fucking pooping all over this shit, because obviously all the items, being able to sprint, what the fuck, being able to select your map, being able to add items quicker, like all the, oh my god, here it is, professional asylum, the map that was too scary and has since been removed. There's just countless things that have been improved. Recently, the training, I think, has been a great improvement. The training in this version is complete shit. Also, there's no dots, obviously. There's, like, missing items as well. But it's interesting to analyze why certain changes have been made and what has changed for what reasons. Which, obviously, to a certain degree, is speculation. Because, especially, like, CJ is very vocal and very, like, publicly... Like, he's very public-facing, like, he's kind of the face of the dev team, almost. DK is like an enigma. We don't know much about DK. He's a freaking, like, mysterious guy that just, like, creates this absolutely... Oh, my game has crashed. Nice. It wouldn't be Asylum if the game didn't crash. Let's go, dude. That's the OG Phasmo experience. Fucking classic. Yeah, so, like, DK has been very private and hasn't, like, he doesn't explain a lot. He just works a ton, like, too much, according to all the other devs. Like, DK will literally be, like, working. I think they fixed it now, though. I'm pretty sure that now they have gotten their work-life balance in check. But I know there was a time when DK would literally work, like, every single weekend. He would just, like, stay up until like way too late to do certain fixes, which is just it's insane how like dedicated the dev team is to making this the best game, which I think they're doing a great job, and I am very, very curious to see how, like, the customization update is going to be really fun. Horror 2.0 is something we've been waiting for ages, which You can see right here that Horror 2.0 is not a it's not a like one update thing. It's like a gradual change. Please don't crash it. Oh my god, it crashed again. Fuck me, dude. Horror 2.0 is something that they're like gradually adding to the game by making these like small horror changes, like the I don't know, there's no rocking chairs, there's no like red light ghost events, there's no exploding light ghost events, there's no paramike screams. It escapes me right now, but there's been so many changes that have been made with like little small changes that has added to the horror. Yeah, all the new ghost event sound recently that were added as well. All right, please, let's just get into the fucking game. We made it! Let's go! Oh my god, it actually crashed like 4 times in a row. I was scared there. Also, it's super framey. We've made it. Okay, so this is Asylum. Welcome to what used to be the largest map in Phasmo. Look at this right here, and has since been completely removed. Dude, this is such a... I love the green night vision, by the way. That's another thing I very much miss. You can actually like look around like this and see potentially Orbeez, which was like a... You don't see this in... These are still... Maybe there's still a number at the top. I don't remember. I guess I just don't use cams that much. I never use this screen anymore, man. I only use the like handheld version of the camera. I never use it. Look in the truck. All right, regardless, we're gonna... I guess go in there. Oh, the freaking background noise. 24-hour video surveillance. Look at that. This map's gone. What map is this? Oh, welcome, young one. You have joined us today. The grandpa or the old OG Phasmo players are in town, and we're back with a vengeance. Playing on maps that don't even exist anymore. This feels weird, dude. Being here feels like so wrong. It feels like I'm not supposed to be here. If we can find the board on this map, it's gonna be incredible. Look at this place. It's like, obviously this map fucking sucks in terms of gameplay, but the atmosphere of like just this right here is so good. Like, it's so nostalgic to me. So, another thing that we're hopefully going to be able to make use of here that is on the old version is that the doors all start closed. So, a great way to find the ghost was to see a door be opened, and then you would know, oh, wait a minute, that can't have spawned like that. That must be the ghost. I found the ghost. But now it's going to take a little while. I'm just going to take it in. There can also be board spawn locations. It sucks that we'll never be able to see the UV secret anymore. If you missed that, there was a secret at one point in one of these rooms. I think it was maybe this one or the room over here or next over, where there, if you had a UV light, you could read text on the wall that like hinted at a new asylum map being made, which was really cool. But obviously that wasn't in this version of the game because they like started having those plans to change asylum like once the team grew with CJ and Lavender and Skinner. Those plans are only a year old, I guess, and then CJ just went absolutely insane on making an entire map. So I absolutely like 100% think that Sunny Meadows is just like a straight up improvement of this one. It's just like these long empty hallways, man. Like, it's just so oversized to the point where it's insanely annoying and stupid, but that is kind of its charm. It's like simultaneously its flaw and its greatest strength is that it is so big that the game just falls apart, because it leads to some of the most immersive contracts I've ever had. Like, I still remember playing like VR on this map and like walking around here, like in real life, basically, because that's what VR feels like. It's a whole new world. I think I actually maybe heard a door down here. I also remember like my, what was it, like level 300. I did some kind of challenge. One of my first, oh yeah, this, I remember that. One of my first ever challenges was like no evidence on this map, which was ridiculous. I didn't even think no evidence was possible back in the day. Or like doing a no sanity challenge or something, which literally, by the way, no sanity challenges was just walking into the map, sitting into the dark until you got hunted, and then starting to play, because there was no way to drain your sanity. You would just have to fucking wait. It was so annoying. Also, another thing I definitely don't miss is not having any options on like controlling the pace of the investigation. Like not having a cursed possession to potentially find the ghost room early, not having a way to trigger a hunt early. You're just completely, which, oh, that's a light switch. It's a light switch of the reception. I was like, what's that sound? This is the breaker room. Oh, I can't believe it. This is actually the way that this item spawns, dude. This, I've learned something new about old Phasmo that I didn't know. I played on old Phasmo, like, I don't know, a few months ago, and I found this room with this hammer on the floor, and I was like, all right, this must be the ghost room because the hammer's on the floor. No, the hammer spawns like this, apparently. What the fuck? That is something I never knew. I never knew that the hammer starts on the floor like that. That is so ridiculous. So even to this day, we're still learning new things. This is gonna take ages. I'm just having fun revisiting these places. There's so much square meters of like floor space here. Is that a light? Wait a minute. You see that? You see that? Or is that just a weird reflection? We're basically looking for an open door. I think it's just a weird reflection. Feels bad, man. Kyvan, thank you for the 1,000 biddies. That is a weird reflection. Feels bad, man. The board can also spawn anywhere in here. But finding it is like a... Because they later made the board spawn in the reception. But for the longest time, we just had to walk around and find it somewhere randomly. Oh boy. Is it here? Board? Oh my god, imagine. Hello, ghosts. Hello. Oh, I heard a door. I heard that. It sounded back here, but I'm not entirely sure. Please tell me you opened the door so we can see it. Oh. There it is. Look at that. This is exactly what I love about Asylum. Walking down a fucking hallway, and suddenly you see an open room, light coming out of it. You know you found the ghost, but do you dare move forward? There it is. 3 degrees in here. Hello, sir. Where are you? Behind. Oh, you turn on the light. I don't... Mares can turn on lights in this version of the game, so that's not actually a way you can rule it out. Also, look at this. This is an actual thermo. If you point outside, it points the temperature outside. If I point down here, it detects the temperature from inside. Like, it's actually how these these thermos are supposed to work. Alrighty, ghosts, can you give me a sign? You can still get fingerprints on those windows, right? It doesn't look like it's gonna be freezing. I guess we're just gonna have to do a quick run back and get some items. Finally. Okay, hi, ghost, how are you doing? Did you turn off the breaker? You did not. I have a book for you. I have a camera for you, which is turned on now. Okay. We're gonna put that... Can I put that on? Oh. Doing footsteps. We need to listen for a potential spirit. It wrote in the book immediately. Alright, we got ghost writing. It's a spirit or demon. Wait. Spirit, demon, or Oni? Is it gonna be spirit? Wait. Oh, there you go. there's no mimic or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And just like that, we know it is a spirit. Oh, wait a minute, then we can wait. Let's listen to the footsteps. 1. And another one right after. Look at that. It actually took us like several years before. And this is another showcase. Like, this is why we can't have nice things. It's also partly because when things get discovered, like, and like content creators make a video about it, the devs will see it and then they will fix it. Like, this was clear. It was in the game since the very beginning. And as soon as it was discovered, a month later, it was fixed. So basically, what you're hearing right now, for some reason, the spirit had this ability to do footsteps way more frequently than any other ghost, which was just in the game for super long. No one ever noticed it, which is another good... Like, this is such an obvious thing, but for some reason, no one ever noticed it. But then we finally noticed it. We started using it. And then they immediately fixed it because they were like, well, that's not supposed to go like this, which makes sense, right? It makes sense. Like, I think to a certain degree, and that's why this is such a big part of the nostalgia for me. It's not necessarily when I say things like that they changed it, like, oh, I'm so mad, as like a way of saying like, fuck you devs. I'm saying it as like what the experience was like to play Phasmo while it was being like, or like along the years, because a lot of the experience was us trying to figure out secrets and trying to learn new things, and then the game would constantly change around those things. And like, it's been like a full-time job to keep up with all the twists and turns that Phasmo's ghosts and mechanics and everything have taken along the way, because the game is so vastly different now. But stuff like that was just really fun to me, like finding something like that and suddenly being like, now we have a whole new thing in our toolbox. But as a dev, it's stupid as fuck. Like, literally all you have to do is walk into a room, listen for 20 seconds, and then walk out of the room because you know it's a spirit. Like, it's obviously super broken. So, of course they had to fix it. But it was like one of those things where it was like, damn, if we just never found that, or if we never told anyone about it, it would have still been in the game to this day. I mean, they changed it at the same time that they took away footsteps and put them in the spirit box or in the paramic, so they probably would have noticed. It's crazy. I was about to say it's crazy how little the ghosts are doing. Hi there. The loudest fucking loudest sound of all time. You see how stupid these rooms are? Like, look at the rooms. There's nothing for the ghosts to do. All the ghosts can do is knock on these windows to leave fingerprints, which is done on every single one of them, move the door, which it's done, and touch the light switch. There's no items or anything on the ground here that the ghosts are able to interact with. So it just leads to, like, really stupid games, and that's why, like, they either... So originally they were planning to do a complete overhaul of Asylum. They were gonna like trim down the Asylum, remove one of the floors, and like remove parts of the length of the Asylum. They were even gonna put in a potentially working elevator. They were gonna add items to all the rooms, but then they decided against that because it was way too much work, and it was just way better to like start from scratch and build a new map with the knowledge of like how Phasmo works. Because obviously since the games looked like this, a lot has changed, and the ghosts have gained a lot more mechanics, and like, it's really stupid that high school, for the most part, even in current version of the game, is still like such an empty wasteland. Like, most of the rooms in high school have nothing in them that the ghost can throw. So you kind of get, like, if you go to high school on the current version, you kind of get the feeling that was old Asylum, because it's like that same like feeling where a ghost is in a room and it's just not doing anything. But anyway, that was actually way faster than I expected. I didn't expect that would go so quick. But we actually managed to beat Asylum. Now, one of my favorite things on Asylum is, so when the ghost starts hunting, which I don't think we're gonna see here, because as you can see, it's really hard to get hunted because the sanity is just drained so incredibly slow. All the lights flicker everywhere on the map. So here, if you're here super far from the ghost, you'll still have the lights flicker. Another thing that I haven't even talked about, so obviously I've told you during hunts the ghosts don't speed up, but they also don't like have different footstep sounds based on their speed. The sounds of the footsteps are always the same. So in order to check for something like revenant, you have to look at the ghost to see if it's faster than usual, which was way more difficult. So testing for revenant and Jinn was actually way more difficult back in the day. But anyway, this was the spirit. We figured it out using the evident as well as the rare well, not rare, the hidden thing that the devs didn't even know. And look at that payout, 45. So that they've completely changed that as well. For a normal game, you get 10 for objective 1. For just figuring out the ghost, you get 10. Whereas if you do that same thing on Asylum, you get 45. So that's like 4 times more just from like getting the ghost correct, which in the current version of the game, you get 100, which is wild, 100 for getting the ghost correct, and only 150 if you do it on Asylum. So it's only 50% more. So a huge reduction in like payout for the big maps. All right, let's do one more game on Tanglewood. Yes, please. Or wait, which map have we not visited yet? We haven't visited high school. That's the last map we haven't gone to, but high school I don't have to go to because it's literally the exact same like as the current version of high school. So I think we're just gonna go to Tanglewood for our final game. No, we haven't gone to Grafton. Let's go to Grafton, a 2-story, 4-bedroom farmhouse. Another team recently went here and failed. It's up to you to finish the job. Get there as soon as you can and gather evidence for the ghost removal team. We'll have more intel when you arrive. Also, do they still have the recommended size of your team and stuff? Recommended item even? Did you see that? I don't know if they have that. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And that was also a thing. It took me so long before I played single player Phasmo. Like when I first started playing, I would exclusively play public lobbies. It took me like until I was level 100 or something when I first did my first run all by myself. Also, these tips have been the same basically since the beginning, and they're just complete bullshit. They're just lies. They're just like filler text that doesn't do anything. We have Christopher Davis. We're gonna head in there with this guy, and I mean, I don't see a reason to change. The old sanity system, so this is the old sanity system, obviously, was so broken on farmhouse maps. Bleasdale and Grafton, basically wherever you are, you will drain sanity. And like no matter if you turn on the lights or not, which was extremely annoying. So it made these maps even more deadly, which is another reason why I think they have like a bad reputation. Because people think back to how they used to work and are like, well, I remember when these maps were extremely annoying. And you can't look at this. This chair has always looked like this, which is kind of funny. So this chair has always stood like this. However, if I try to hide behind this, it's not going to protect me because the ghost can just see through furniture. They only added furniture hiding later. So the fact that you can hide there right now on every single run in Grafton is just a side effect of how the map was designed from the very beginning. Now, another thing you're going to notice on this map is that it doesn't have any fucking hiding spots. There is no hiding spots on original Grafton. No lockers. No closets, no nothing. Literally, this map, what they just forgot about hiding spots. And all you can do is loop the ghost. So, I mean, obviously you can do some door hiding. But door hiding was also not discovered until, like, not relatively recently. But door hiding was another one of those things that was in the game from the very beginning. Then was discovered and, like, a few months later was completely fixed. Oh, we found the ghost. It's in here. Look at that. If the temperature goes below 13, you found the ghost room. Hello, ghost. How you doing? Where are you? Are you here? Behind you. Just every time it's spirit box, it's trying to get it. It's trying to talk to us. What? What's that sound? I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna keep it on. There we go. Miriam, thank you for the gift sub. Show us? Yeah, I should try show us because it should still work. It's insane to see how in like these games that we've played, how little the ghosts are actually like throwing items around. Like they're doing a few ghost events here and there, but I've left it on the desk for you. I've already started my mission like 10 minutes ago. Why are you telling me to pick up the key now, you silly goober? I'm gonna pick this. Is that EMF 5? No, it's 3. Let's check for thingies. That's so silly. I want to get the EMF with the annoying ass sound apparently. Aga-chan, thank you for the 16. Man, it's crazy how much time we have lost. It's depressing to think about how much time I've wasted in my life walking in and out of the house in Phasmo. Like I literally have spent hundreds of hours cumulative just walking in and out of buildings doing absolutely nothing. Even to this day, that is still a thing we have to do. I mean, obviously it's not as annoying anymore because you have the sprint. It's so much faster. Can you give me a sign? Hello, ghost. So, oh, it does footstep. Is it gonna be a spirit? As far as we know, the ghosts can still like giggle with the. I don't think they can. Oh, it's writing in the book. You can actually hear that. There's a very slight noise. So we have ghost right. There you go, the giggle. It was in the game from the very beginning. Look at that. Like there were so many details. Like Phasmo. Obviously, the devs weren't certain that it was gonna hit this hard, but Phasmo has always been a really sophisticated and like game. It has been a really sophisticated game with a lot of like depth to it, with a lot of mechanics that aren't immediately obvious to the player when they first start playing. And I think that's something that I've never really seen in any of the ghost hunting games since. Maybe it's because we're biased to like something like actually unique ghosts with unique abilities. Actually, like very rare when it comes to ghost hunting games. Most ghost hunting games have extremely boring ghosts that are all basically interchangeable. Like that's something that just no other game has managed to do right. Let's see, we're grabbing this. Can it even be orbs? Wait a minute. It cannot be orbs. Okay, then I don't have to bring this. I'm gonna take photos. I'm going to... I can't... Taking another writing book does nothing. What's my objective? Take a photo of the ghost motion sensor. Dirty water. Let's go, dude. Bob, thank you for the 2 and Spooky Eva. Thank you for the 14. The truck is different. Yeah, they just did a new update. It's pretty crazy. They just changed the game completely. It's ringing the phone. This is the old... Can I take a photo of this? Just going crazy on the phone. That's another thing that was always in the game. Our old voodoo. Oh, let's go! Let's go. Hi there. So, the way photos worked in this version is super different from how the photos work in the current version, right? Because there's no star system and there's just a binary like the photo counts or not. The strategy was the complete opposite. What you would do is you would try and get as far away as possible from what you're trying to take a photo of, because that way you have the widest See that ghost? It was like a split-second ghost event. What the fuck was that? You have the highest chance of getting the photo correctly because you like cover a wider range, which now you have to get close up. So it's like a complete opposite of the old version. Did it just use... It just used a crucifix, I think. Oh no, I just turned off the breaker, you son of a bitch. Yes. E. Can we get... Did you touch this just now? I'm gonna place this here because it's gonna hunt soon. This, what can it be? Can it be a revenant? You shut up. Spirit, demon, or Oni. Okay, we don't have to worry. Hello? Show us. Show us? Does this actually work? Hi! So it walks so slow. Holy fuck, dude. Is it spirit? I think it's a spirit again. Let's listen. Oh, hi. They like sing and make the croaking noise at the same time. This ghost is crazy. This would be a ghost I would make a video on. This would have been a video back in the day. I would have made a video about craziest ghost I've ever seen, and then it would be like just 17 ghost events, because that's all you had. All you had was just the ghost doing fun stuff. The problem that was like, look at this ghost, dude. Insane. Oh, that's I think it's actually spirit. Let's listen for the footsteps. Can you take 2 photos? What the fuck is happening? Ah! It didn't count. Okay, well, never mind. Hi. Dude, the photo is terrifying. The photo has a ghost on it, man. Hello? Oh, it's stepping? Don't say that. I'm hearing lots of footsteps. But now it's not stepping anymore? Come on. Maybe it's not this. Is it gonna be freezing? Hey? How you doing? Did you touch the door? Shouldn't it be... Does it have to be fingerprints? Or what? Fingerprints would be spirit. It says A. Why is all the spirit box responses just letters? F, A. Another photo. Oh! Oh, this is another thing! Remember this? In order to take a photo... Oh, you can only take 5 photos. That's something I'll never miss. That's actually very recent, but damn. That is... I immediately never want to go back to that. Hi? You looking at that painting? Dude, that's a crazy picture. Holy fuck, what a screenshot. That would have been my thumbnail. This is actually like nostalgia to a degree that you've never seen. It's giving me nostalgia on how I used to make videos in this game. Like having to position my character to take screenshots of a ghost so that because I would always put the ghosts, like I would always make the thumbnail of like the actual ghost events in the game. Oh my god, this ghost is insane, dude. It's like, how many freaking ghost events? And it's still not hunting somehow? What's going on? I'm just having a great time being here, like experiencing the old ghost events. What are we even looking for? It's not gonna be freezing. It's doing footsteps. Orbeez potentially, or no, it wasn't Orbeez. EMF? Oh, I need to check for EMF more. Hi. Insane. I think the ghost effects, or the ghost events are actually... What the fuck? Why is it not doing heartbeat, by the way? Why is it not doing heartbeat? Dude, this is weird. Did I just break... What happened? Hello? Can you do that again? Do another one. Do another ghost event. So we have spirit box. We are looking for fingies, but I'm not seeing it, so I'm thinking it's probably not a spirit. I'm also not hearing too many footsteps anymore, so no spirit. So then it's got to be an Oni, right? It has to be an Oni. Like this is a great example of how Onis were already crazy, which means it would have to be EMF 5. But where is my EMF? Wait, where is my EMF? I dropped it somewhere here. Saying lots of stuff. Hello? Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. Why did you... Dude, I can't see my fucking... They also changed that, by the way. That's something we take for granted. But they added a little light to your character that allows you to see the item you're holding in your hand. Because right now you can't see, but I'm actually holding the book in my hand. Like... But the book is like, you can't see it because the light is not like shining on the book. So they added this like, this light that shines on your item so you can actually see what you're holding. Where the fuck? I brought an EMF. I am, oh, no, don't kill me, please. I am fairly sure, but I just completely lost it. I had it in my inventory. I couldn't see it. It was invisible. What the fuck? Wait, really? Wait. Oh, it's just fucking invisible if you're in the dark. Look at that. You can't see it. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. You can actually not see the EMF even if it's in your inventory. Oh, I had it in my inventory the whole time. That's like looking for your glasses when they're on your face. Okay, anyway, I knew there was something up. I knew it was somewhere. So it's probably going to be an Oni given the amount of ghost events, but I'm just having a great time seeing this ghost. A thing I was talking about here is that when a ghost throws an item, which by the way, look, this might have actually been an Oni throw. That's something they removed, but the Oni used to have an ability that allowed it to throw further like the poltergeist, but they removed that. So it can't do that anymore. A lot of people still think it can do that, but it's no longer a thing. And because I'm pretty sure it was a bug. It was just a bug that it did that. But if you're trying to take a photo of an item that's thrown by the ghost, in this version, you actually have to take the photo from where the item used to be rather than where the item ended up, which is very stupid, but something we just completely got used to. Look at that! There's my EMF 5. Thank you. So it is in fact an Oni. It's been a pleasure. One of the best ghosts on the old version. All right. Any final word? Hi. Dude, this is like the most nostalgic hunt I've ever done. Because shit like that, you should watch. If you watch my old videos again, I did shit like that all the time. I don't really do it anymore, but if you watch one of my old videos, you see how like Phasmo was kind of a dance. It was like a dance with the ghost, and I like constantly threw like alley-oops at the ghost, like hoping that it would dunk them in. So I would say like I would like pretend to really agitate the ghost, or I would like act to like want to leave. Like any final words. If you watch my old YouTube videos, that's something I say like all the time. Any final words, and then hoping that the ghost does a ghost event so I get a cool moment for the YouTube video. Like it was just this like really fun dance as like a content creator on how to try and like not necessarily artificially, but just create these moments where you and the ghost can kind of like put on a game show. But yeah, look at that. Look at this. I just got 145 experience, even though I didn't do these objectives, because all I had to do was the second objective to get all the experience. Wait, oh no, it's gonna be here. Look at that. I got so much experience, 90 experiments, which is basically the whole contract, just from doing that one thing. I didn't get the full experience because I didn't get the bone, which, by the way, that's the one thing I didn't get to see. We didn't get to find a bone because they're so hard to find, but basically you remember the old bone, right? It's that tiny chicken bone compared to all the bones we had now. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly revisit. There's obviously a lot more to do here, but if you want to see more, I've made more videos in the past where I talk even more, go into more detail, but I don't want to overstay it, because what you notice when you play old Phasmo is that it gets old really fast. It's like especially knowing now how good new Phasmo is and how much more fun it is, you just like nostalgia is strong, but it only lasts so long, and once you play a few hours of this, you're like, that's about enough. I want to go back to the good version of this game. So yeah, big props to the devs once again for just keeping the work on this game and making it better with every update. And thank you so much for joining me on this video and all the videos that came before it. It's been an amazing 3 years, and obviously there's going to be a lot more fun to be had in the future. And I hope to see you there. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you liked the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you want to join the lovely gamers here in chat, you can join the server at twitch.tv/insum or click the link in the description down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one. Bye bye.